Howdy y'all.
Hi guys.
It's Ryan.
And Angela.
From Warefoot.
And the Pony Espresso.
Yeah. Deep in the heart of Texas. That's
Canton,
where we're at.
Texas.
Canton, Texas is where we're at. We're actually not, I'm not currently in Warefoot.
And I'm not currently at the Pony Espresso.
But we're at RNA Music, your favorite mom and pop music lesson studio and occasional guitar shop.
Yes.
That's where we're at. And it's time for another episode of Ask RNA. I think, is it 298?
Yes.
I think 298 of Ask RNA.
Yes. And it's a special one.
It is very special. Let's get to it and find out why. Right on, welcome back, y'all. As we said, it's time to answer some questions. What makes this one special, Angela?
Because tomorrow is our anniversary.
It's probably today is when you're watching this.
Tomorrow for us.
Tomorrow for us.
La La Land.
Because right now it's Thursday night, 7:50 p.m.
Yes.
March 25th.
Yes, there you go.
You're probably watching this on March 26th, which is
our anniversary.
Anniversary edition, Ask RNA. How many years?
22. I should be asking you these questions. You know I know.
Oh, you know I know. You know I know what's up.
You do?
I do, mostly.
Okay.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you why later on in the show. How I remember things.
Okay.
Yeah. Happy anniversary, babe.
Happy anniversary.
I love you more.
Oh my gosh.
So excited. We were talking the other day about how we've basically been together for half of our lives.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Pretty
Essentially.
much. Yeah, because I turned 22 right after we got married.
Yeah, like a month after we got married, you
Yeah.
turned 22. Yeah. I was 23 and you were 21 when we got married.
Yeah.
And a month later, you were 22. So we're
That's right.
basically 23 and 22
So it's like
when we got married.
half our life. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
Oh no, I was 20. I take that back.
I was going to say, I was like, I must be wrong because I thought you turned 21.
Yes, I did turn 21. I was thinking of Nicholas. I was 22 when I gave
Okay,
birth
I
to
was just
Nicholas.
going with you because I'm like, crap, I guess I've been wrong this whole time.
Oh my gosh, I need rest.
Who knows
I cannot believe
stuff?
I aged myself.
Who knows stuff?
I was like, wait a second, I'm not going to be 44. Am I going to be 44? No, I'm going to be 43. I'm going to be 43. So yes, I was 20 and then I turned 21 on...
That's what I thought, but I was like,
you're right.
I guess you just talked about how I don't know things. I'm like,
Hey, look at me.
That was a
getting
long-
put in my place.
that was a long con there, Angela.
That's okay. Yes.
Okay, because
Yeah.
you were messing with me just then.
Yeah.
You were basically 21 when we got married.
Yes, I was 21.
You essentially.
Practically 3 weeks
Practically.
later.
3 weeks later, you turned
I
21.
turned 1, yeah.
So we've been together a while.
Yeah.
I always say it's the best half of my life. Is
I know. A lot of people can't believe that we are the age we are because they think we're a lot younger than we are.
Yeah, especially you.
And so when I tell people, like a friend of mine, she was a coworker at my other job. She said, "I can't believe you have a 16-year-old. That's crazy." And I was like, "Well, actually, he's my baby."
You should see my 20-year-old.
I have a 20-year-old that will be 21 next month. And she was like, "What? How old were you when you started having kids?" I was like 9. No, I'm just kidding. I was 21 when I got pregnant because I got pregnant 4 months after we got married.
4 months later.
Yeah.
Not got pregnant, then got married.
Nope.
Got married, and then got
And then got pregnant. Yes.
Sometimes it works.
We did it the old-fashioned way.
Sometimes it works out that way.
Yes.
Saying.
So yeah, there you go. And he will be 21. See, that's what throws me is our ages are so, everything is just like right there. Of the
Nicholas
same
is about
ages.
to be 21. So Nicholas right now is the age you were when we got married.
Yes.
That's crazy talk.
Exactly.
Crazy talk.
Exactly the same age.
anniversary edition Ask RNA. You guys are watching this on our anniversary probably, because I'm going to do my best to get this edited and uploaded for y'all tomorrow.
Let's move along then.
So moving along, because we're going to keep it concise.
Okay.
Denny was impressed last week. I kept it under 30 minutes. And see, now we've already been going for 5 minutes.
That's okay. It's a special edition.
Special
RNA
edition.
music.
Still got to be concise, because YouTube wants short videos now.
Okay.
Long videos are out. Short videos are in. We got to do this. All right, so... Buy a t-shirt, links in the description down below. Go get an RNA Music shirt. Not aware
You know the drill.
Do all that. If you're new here, thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell. You get notified of all our videos, all that good stuff. Do the stuff.
And the things.
Do the stuff and things. Follow, subscribe. All right. First question, Fat Philosopher, hashtag Fire Ants. What do you think of the pro Gibson videos coming out by YouTubers who were formerly against them in 2019, especially with their Dean lawsuit going to court next month? Good question. I actually saw that you asked this, Fat Philosopher, the week before this. I'd already printed the questions and already started doing other stuff. I was like, oh crap, I missed his question. So I apologize for missing this question last time, but you asked it again, which is, that's what you got to do, because sometimes I forget things. And yeah, so a while back, like we got a lot of views on that video where we talked about the Dean lawsuit.
It got kind of hairy.
Yeah, people got fired up about that. So, which was, I guess, 2019. So it's been a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, Gibson sucks and go Dean and Gibson's a bunch of corporate a-holes, and but people have thought that forever. But my quick answer is, people have short memories, and people don't really care. Ultimately, people as a whole, a person cares.
Yes, it reminds me of that scene on Men in Black whenever Will Smith was talking to Tommy Lee Jones, and he was like, you know, people as a whole are scared.
Dumb.
Yeah, skittish and frightened easy. You know, the person is smart, but people as a whole, not so much. So that's why. Yeah.
And, you know, it's not like that's the first time Gibson's ever done something sketchy corporately. Fender has equally done some sketchy crap.
I think that's going to happen when you get up to a certain size.
Yeah.
And a lot of things get dropped through the holes whenever, you know, especially if you have a high turnover rate with middle management. I think there's a lot of things that happen that, you know, the first initial vision of the company wasn't really wanting to happen, so they have to really swoop in. That's why they have so many lawyers.
Yeah. And people don't really care. I mean, we'll care for a hot minute, and then we won't care anymore.
Exactly. Then our favorite artists will carry the brand or make the commercial or perform it on Super Bowl, and we'll be like, oh my gosh, it's so great. I just love them. I guess I'll like so-and-so now. And then we move on like a cat with a shiny thing. So
yeah. And people, I mean, people don't like Gibson Guitars because of the corporate suits who run it. People like Gibson Guitars because they like, I don't know, Jimmy Page, Eric Clapton, you know,
Miley Cyrus.
You know, Slash.
I only said that because we just heard her song.
Joe Bonamassa. You know, Hendrix played a Gibson. You know, it's he played a Gibson V. You know, it's like we like Gibsons not because of their corporate policies and how they treat their employees.
Because we're not employees.
We like them because the musicians that we looked up to were like, you know, they played Gibsons and like they're whatever.
Right.
Same thing like a Fender. Like nobody's about to jump all over Fender's case because they're a bunch of corporate a-holes as well.
Right.
And have done some stuff. I've heard some stories about that. I'm like, why aren't people mad pissed at Fender for, you know, stealing stuff from Mesa Boogie?
Concise.
All right. Because people don't really care. That's fine. So there you go, Fat Flosser. People don't really care. That's why. And if Gibson's going to pay some YouTubers some money to do some stuff, most of them are going to take the money.
That's true.
But most of them probably already like Gibson anyways. You know. Anyways, concise. Next question. Sinner's Dwarf. Do CMG guitars come with a gig bag / case, or is this something you need to factor into the build price? I've got a spare LP case, type case at home waiting to adopt a guitar, so not really an issue, but it's going to good knowledge to have. All right, so, oh crap, I meant to grab my CMG cases. Hold on.
Oh Lord. Concise.
Short answer is they come with a bag that you have to pay for. And in the old days, here was the original one, because we have a CMG that was in the 300 range.
Really rustly sounding.
This is the old bag, which was okay. It was all right. Currently, though, still in the plastic, is the new iteration of the CMG Gigbag, which is pretty nice. It kind of reminds me of the PRS gig bags that you get with an S2 or even the SEs, which I have a couple of the PRS gig bags, and they're pretty nice. They're like $39, you know, basically. I don't mark that up. I mean, we're not like, hey, it's an $80 bag. I just charge what CMG charges for the bag. So it's like $39. I suppose you could whoop. Don't throw stuff
over. Knocking stuff over.
I wouldn't necessarily opt out of the bag though, because the guitar ships. It's in the bag, in the gig bag, in a box. So it being in the bag offers some extra shipping protection. Yeah. Which I would not want to ship it not in the bag. I would prefer it ship in the bag. But I do not upcharge, you know, extra for that, which you probably should. Honestly.
Maybe.
Yeah, but for that bag, like if you're gonna go to a big store and buy a bag of equal quality, it would be a lot more than $39. It would be double that. But I don't upcharge. I don't double the price of the bag. Okay. So, anyways. But you can use it. And if you have a normal Les Paul case, it will absolutely fit. I have a pretty nice, I forgot what brand it is, Les Paul case. A couple of them. And the CMGs do fit in a Les Paul case. So you could just use your case. But yeah, I would factor $39 extra for the gig bag that it comes with. And there's a whole discussion on that, but we don't have time. Concise. Thank you for the question, Sinner's Dwarf, who is speccing out a custom CMG as we speak. We've been talking, emailing.
Yep.
Thank you, Sinner's Dwarf. All right, next question. Clyde Cactus, #Fire Ants. Hey guys, I used to watch a lot, and Angela, I asked you about singing advice a year or so ago. I've been working on it, and while I'm certainly no rock star, I'm having a lot of fun. When I was a kid on the ranch. Sounds like a promising start to a story. He's referencing last week. When I was a kid on the ranch.
Right.
So y'all care to elaborate on more gas boom boom stories? Happy anniversary. Have a good one. Because last week we talked about burning stuff.
Yes.
Lighting fire ant mounds on fire. I talked about how giant Texas fire ants. When I was a kid on the ranch, we would pour gasoline on the ant mounds and throw a match on it and burn the fire ants, which seems reasonable because they're called fire ants.
Right.
But maybe you should freeze the fire ants. And Angela said something about your dad, Mitch.
Yes.
Likes to make explosives. So do you have any?
Not necessarily.
Not explosives. Like
okay, let's
not like
calm it down now.
Yeah, not like
simmer it down.
We don't need to talk.
We're living in the age of sensitivity.
Right.
You know, and as a black man, we don't need those two and two put together.
What I meant to say was,
okay,
he likes to light bonfires or fires in the fireplace.
Yes, with his own concoctions. So
it's like a fire starter log, but
yes, there you go.
Extreme levels.
Yes, like, so he would. I don't know all that went in it, but it usually comprised of soaked newspaper, like tightly wound with twine, not like a plastic acrylic, but like cotton,
like
twine,
like a fabric type of twine.
Yes,
a buttload of newspaper soaked in what?
Like kerosene. It's usually kerosene or lighter fluid
or diesel.
not whenever he was doing the house fires.
Lighting a fire in the house.
And then the fireplace. Whenever he was starting the fireplaces, he would have these. He would just have these little wrapped up tight. You know, they were like a log. You know, but he would have them almost like packaging, and he would tightly wind them with wrapping. And on the inside, it would, or on the kind of like on the outside, he would have like lighter fluid on it, and he would tuck it inside the logs, lay the logs on top of it, and light that, and it would just be, it just start automatically from the inside. It would burn so hot that the logs couldn't help but immediately catch fire, because sometimes it takes a long time.
It didn't simmer how wet or dry the firewood is.
No, it would. You would hear tss, like it would just take out any moisture out of that wood. And he did that for when we were burning brush. You know, when we were like trimming trees, and we'd have a lot of extra limbs and stuff that we needed to clear because it's a pasture, and a lot of times they were putting fence rows in, and so a lot of the extra branches and trees and saplings and stuff that needed to be cleared would be in a giant pile, and he would start a fire, and we would just burn that down. And you know, sometimes fires are good for pasture land. It helps the new growth to come up. So all the
burn all the dead stuff.
All the dead stuff would just go away, and then the new growth would have room to flourish. So yeah, that's what he would do. That was the extent of it. It was always, if we were clearing brush or starting like, you know, a bonfire for us to roast marshmallows, or you know.
It didn't take long. It didn't take Mitch long to light a fire.
Never has and never will.
Mitch, destroyer of ants,
yes,
can light a fire.
He can. That is for sure. And that's really what it was. We never, like I said, we never did that to ants. We never did stuff like that.
You should have.
We were always like pouring water on them. Like I would always get the hose, and you know, like the hose nozzles that were like little fireman nozzles that you just twist.
That jet.
Yes, and it was just like very like two settings, like high power, pull your skin off, or trickle. I would feed the as it was going, it would just slowly like go through the layers of the ant bed, and then they would just all come out. And you know, and my dad was like, you know, they can hold their breath.
Do they have lungs?
Well, they little bitty lungs. But they would fire ants, especially the bigger the ant, the bigger the bubble. But they create a breathable bubble around their head.
Freaking X-Men ants.
And they'll breathe underwater. Like if you drop them even down in the sink. Some spiders do that too. So if you flush them, they are able to make it through the system and survive.
You know what they can't do though?
Survive a fire.
Survive gasoline. Lit gasoline. They can't hold their breath.
No, they can't hold their breath when their lungs are on fire.
I'm going to go with my.
Yeah. So we stopped doing that because I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, look,
you're not doing anything."
So we sat and we watched them, and sure enough, they kind of shook it off, and they went back to their business. And Dad, he goes, "Now they're all scattered, and you're creating more ant piles, and you're giving it." So.
But if you pour a buttload of gasoline down their fire hole and light that fire,
yeah,
that works pretty good. That's how we do it on the farm, Clyde.
On the farm.
Thank you for the question, man. Appreciate it. We want to talk about the explosion you experienced, which is a whole different boom.
Yeah, that was a whole.
That is not Mitch's fault.
No, that was a whole nother.
We'll save that for another time.
Boom,
We've talked about that. All right, next question. Thank you, Clyde. Denny's plant-based journey says, okay, Ryan, I don't think that price is out of line. You think the frog dogs are good pickups? I don't know anything about them. I'd like to know more about the pickups. I'd like to pursue this. Let's talk about pickups and get a price, and then we can get it going. Denny has been chatting with me about a custom CMG Mark, I believe. I think it's a Mark. Anyways, with a flag top, which I did talk to Chris this week. I talked to Chris a couple times this week, actually. Several different questions for different people.
Yeah.
And one thing about the flag top guitar, so they can do it two different ways. One way they've done it is they take an actual flag, like fabric flag, and put it on the top, and then...
I don't think they're allowed to do that.
Shh. They don't know. ATF is not watching this show, but they might be now after Mitch destroyed their ants.
Boom booms. Yeah.
No, they actually make, well, maybe not supposed to, but whatever. People don't care. People wear flags all the time.
You're not supposed
on their jackets and on their underwear and on their shirts and whatever. Anyways, it can be...
I personally don't care. But...
It can actually be a painted flag that's paint, like there's some Colorado guitars that...
I like the idea of burning it.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
At Flipside Music, they had some Colorado flag guitars made, but it's actually paint, like painted. They can do like actually put a flag on it and put a coating on the top of it, like a fabric top type, which Texas Toast Guitars does
how
that.
fiberglass does that, kind of lay it on there.
It's like what you did, decoupaged.
Okay.
It's a decoupage.
It's Maji Paji.
So we can do it with that or paint. And that was about right. It's going to be about, if you do the actual flag, like a real fabric top, it's going to be probably more than the 300 custom color. But if it's just a paint, it would be like 300 custom color. But back to the pickups. Anyways, we were talking about pickups, and I actually don't have the Frog Dogs in this guitar, which is, oh my gosh, it's our anniversary guitar because the serial number is 000326. I wish I still had the sticker.
Else, right?
No, I had a 000326. I had Chris stamp it in there. So it's actually stamped. 326.
There's no 00 though.
Well, the sticker was 000326.
Okay.
Now it's just 326.
That's nice.
I wish he would have lasered it, but you know. Anyways,
With
this
frickin' laser.
This is freaking laser. So this is the 326th CMG guitar ever made. We got it here at the shop, and then I realized, oh my god, the serial number is our anniversary. March 26th.
What about that?
326. And
how about that?
so we've had this for a long time, actually. 3 or 4 years?
Yeah, something like that.
Could be 4 or 5. I don't even remember what year it is anymore. For the longest time, I had the Frog Dog pickups in this. They're humbuckers.
Yep.
And I kept thinking I would change them, and it took me forever to finally change them out. The Frog Dogs are budget-friendly pickups. And I replaced them with CMG. I replaced the CMG pickups with EMG pickups. These are passive.
Confused with that.
Passive EMG pickups, yes.
Are they passive aggressive?
They are not passive aggressive. Those were in another guitar I had. They're actually called the passive aggressives.
I know.
And they were very passive aggressive. All right. But actually, I've decided I don't really love these passive EMGs as much as I would rather have like a 57, 66 in it.
Yeah.
I've actually considered putting the Frog Dogs back in this because they were fine for like passive pickups. They were good pickups. They were designed. They call them the flat face pickups because they're very flat frequency response. Like some pickups will really affect the sound. They might boost the mids or cut the highs.
Right.
The CMG Frog Dogs were meant to be very transparent pickups. I don't know. It's probably, I don't know. Could be a ding. So I think the Frog Dogs are fine. The last custom CMG we actually ordered for the shop, I just had them put Frog Dogs in it. I didn't go any custom pickups or whatever. And honestly, they're fine. They're great pickups. So they're not going to color the sound too much. They're meant to be very transparent. So if you want that, then great. But it took me like 3 or 4 years before I finally said, let me try something else in this. And if I had hated them, I'd have been like, all right, first thing, let's put in some new pickups.
Right.
So it took me forever to try experiment with the pickups on it. So that ought to say something about the Frog Dogs. I would think so.
Yeah.
There you go, Denny. Thanks for the question. We'll talk some more. Next question, Joey Van Ostrand says, I just bought a Dean V79 last night. I really want to look into your Schecter though. Is it for sale? Oh, he was talking last week. We talked about, oh my gosh. We gotta have guitars for the thumbnails or people won't click on the video.
I guess.
I reckon. This is my, one of my Schecter Hellraiser 6, Solo 6 Hellraiser Extremes. It is not for sale, Joey. So, no, you cannot buy this. There's not enough money in the world.
No.
No, you can buy Angela's anniversary guitar, though. That's fine. No, you cannot buy this. You cannot buy this. This is not for sale. This is not for sale. This is actually one of my favorite guitars. Of the 3 guitars that I own, this is probably in the top 3 favorites, maybe. I don't know.
It's pretty.
It's top 5. I like that one a lot. It is not for sale. Sorry, Joey. You just got to keep your eyes peeled. Like, I have not seen a Hellraiser Extreme Solo 6 for sale. I've been hunting. Like I look on Reverb and
all the time.
Music Go Round and Guitar Center Used. I like fairly often I'm hunting there for like, hey, we got any more Solo 6 Hellraiser Extremes for sale?
Right.
They don't pop up very much at all, and I've actually never seen that one for sale. Except, you know, when I bought it, I was like, all right, that's the only one I can find. I'll buy it. Turns out that is actually way more rare than the black one I have. I'm like, oh.
I just have to touch you. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. So it's not for sale, Joey. Sorry. Not sorry, actually. I'm not sorry. It's not for sale. But if you find one, I would snag it. For sure. Because next time I find one, I'm going to snag it. All right. Thanks for the question. And I almost forgot comment of the day time.
Comment of the day. Comment of the day, yeah. You make the comment, we read the comment. The comment of the day.
I actually had to go back because I printed the questions. I got, oh, wait, I'm missing something. Comment of the day.
Comment of the day.
So I went back and reprinted it. All right. Comment of the day goes to Joe McCarthy.
What?
Destroyer of communists. Says, I sat on a Scorpion at Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada. I pre-flighted my F-4D aircraft for an early morning launch. I grabbed the aircraft form and sat down to complete my entries. When I stood back up, another crew chief said, what the heck is on your pants, Joe? There was the perfect imprint of a Scorpion, along with a wee bit of remnants on my right back pocket. Luckily, that's where I kept my wallet. If it had been the other pocket, that would have been a bummer. Hashtag fire ants.
Ouch.
Ouch. Ouch. Oh, yeah. So that's comment of the day. We were talking last week about scorpions in Texas and what kinds we have in Texas.
Lord of mercy.
And Joe had actually asked if we ever sat on a scorpion, I think. And as, no. But apparently Joe has. And he gets comment of the day because I was reading that and I was like, I knew Joe was retired Air Force. I didn't know what he did. I've often speculated. I was like, oh, you did you fly F4s? Because that's super awesome. Because when I was a kid, I used to build models. Like our 20-year-old son builds models now, but he builds giant robots. And I used to build fighter jets, F-16s, A-10s, and F-4 Phantoms. Were like those are my three. Like I loved building those. I don't have any of them.
I know, that's weird that you don't have any.
I have my soccer trophies from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I have Transformers from when I was a kid, but I don't have any of my models. That's super weird. Because like that actually took some work. And I painted them.
Wow.
And I would heat up, I was telling somebody today, I heat up a sewing needle with like a lighter and like poke it through the plastic, like little bullet holes. Like, you know. I put a little bit more into it. They went into
combat.
Yeah, they seen some action, my models did. They were fighting for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. All right. Yep. G.I. Joe McCarthy is there. Yeah! So Joe gets extra legend points for
that's awesome.
F4s. I salute you. Comment of the day, Joe McCarthy. And final question. Final question. Just Fun Guitar from the motherland of England. Great episode. Hashtag KTMA, hashtag RNA, hashtag RNA music, hashtag fire ants. I have a Gibson HP Les Paul 2018 and it's ace. New question. Does your church have arranged marriage as an option? I don't know where the camera stopped. He said he has a Gibson HP Les Paul 2018 and it's ace. New question. Does your church have arranged marriage as an option for its members? We were talking about last week...
I don't even remember touching this.
No. I don't know about the marriage thing. About the Gibson HP.
Oh, okay.
Because we had Cam the man asked about going to Oklahoma and test driving a Gibson HP. Turns out he bought it.
I know.
Because he messaged you.
Yes,
he didn't message me. He messaged Angela.
He was telling me that it worked. What Ryan's advice?
My advice worked. I did see the picture on Instagrams because I do follow you, Cam the man, on Instagram. Cam the Instagram, and I saw it. I'm like, that's a looker. Actually, I was like, hey, that's a good looking Les Paul. I kind of like that.
Yes.
Unless you're mad at him for suing Dean and then you hate them, but
right.
I thought that was a sexy looking Les Paul. So.
For sure. Yeah, it was beautiful.
And so Just Fine Guitar is saying, like, he has a Gibson HP Les Paul 2018. He likes it. All right. Does your church have arranged marriage as an option for its members?
No.
Now, this was a comment under someone else's question. So I was like, is he asking Joey Van Ostrand if Joey's church has that option, or are you asking us? Because it was weird. It was like a question under a question. I don't know.
No.
That's not really a thing here.
Now, we have, of course, we're more of a part of like a congregational church where we help any church and visit any church that needs us. You know, like we're not really members of one specific church. And I think of my dad as like our pastor because he's kind of who we go to for advice and, you know, stuff like that. Because he is an ordained minister.
Yes.
FYI.
Mitch, destroyer of ants, can marry you
and marry you
bury your ants. Baptize you.
Like we teach our boys like courting. We don't teach them dating. I think teaching dating sets kids up for a lifestyle of divorce and mentality.
You don't like this girl, break up with her.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't like this girl, break up with her.
You
You don't like your wife, divorce her.
Just divorce her. So we try to stay away from that so you can get to know the person and in a friendship capacity, blah, blah, blah. Yes. So we have friends that specifically, they'll have boys of certain ages and girls of certain ages, especially when they start getting 18, 20, who all know, like in their minds, like, we would like for our children to get to know each other. But it's not like so they can get married. It's so, I mean, they might, but having people of like mind, faith and morals and stuff like that, it happens. It just sometimes happens. Like there's a local church here that we used to attend that like 7 couples out of their church from families that have known each other for ages.
Kids that grew up in that specific church together.
Yes. There are seven couples, not 7 children, you know, because that would make one odd man out, but 7 actual different couples that they've known each other since they were small children, and now they're in their 20s and they've all gotten married. So it can happen, but it's not like a part of the church doctrine and mindset. Yeah. It's just, you know, when you have family of all girls and this family has all boys, or you know, whatever, it's kind of smart to kind of,
let's hang out.
Let's hang out a little bit more and get to know each other and have our kids hang out and get to know each other. But it's not like...
Maybe they'll become friends.
And, you know, who knows? Maybe more. That'd be cool. That'd be cute. But it's not something that is, you know, doctrinally taught. It just kind of just happens.
That's like really not...
natural evolution of...
that's a very Eastern idea.
Yeah.
I mean, arranged marriages.
Honestly, there's a lot of people adopting it now.
Really?
Yeah. Like a lot of people.
How does that work?
Well, because if you, like, let's say that
like you can't legally, you can't force your kid to marry somebody in America.
No, I think it's more of not like a forced thing, but it's like an understanding. Like, I'm raising my daughter a certain way. They're raising their son a certain way. Then we're going to agree as parents that this is a thing that we want to make happen.
But that doesn't mean it'll happen.
No, it doesn't.
So it's not.
But it's an arrangement that they'll stay close together to ensure that one of their children end up together, so they know that their daughter's going to be taken care of. Their son's going to be taken care of.
It's more like there's some collusion.
Yeah.
Parents collude together like, hey, you have a son, I have a daughter, they're about the same age, they're both single. Why don't y'all come over and we'll play dominoes and let's see if they kind of like make googly eyes at each other. Yes. And then every birthday and every family event and every, you know, cookout and every holiday, we'll always spend it together so that we can ensure that they know each other very well. You know? Yeah. So, anyways, that's the extent of it. Nothing like, you know, Eastern religion would teach. I don't want to show. It's not really an American, especially Southern type mentality. I feel like that is more of a, like in India, that's a more fairly common thing for sure. India, I don't know if in like... well, the 2 ladies that I worked at in the lab, they were both arranged marriages. Yeah. Were they Indian? Mm-hmm. Like from India? Yeah, from India. Not Native American. No, India. They were born and raised up until they went to college. They're finishing school, and then they finished college in America.
but they went back to India to marry their husbands.
Yeah.
Because it was arranged.
Yeah. I feel like if we were in India, that would be 100%. It happens all the time. In America,
or a lot more than,
a lot more than it does here. So
right.
That's not particularly a very common
right. And I think some
thing here.
Asian countries do that too.
Yeah.
And African, really.
Our parents would not have arranged our marriage.
No.
Yeah.
Our parents would not be for that. At that time. Now,
at that time,
of course, they would be like, yes, we should have, when we were all eating at the same Mexican food restaurant in Athens, then we didn't even know that we were both, our families were probably eating just a booth away from each other. They probably would have said, we would have gotten up and introduced ourselves.
Hello there.
They knew we would
if they knew where things would have
their children would have ended up where we are now, of course. But no one has that kind of hindsight. So,
hindsight, maybe. Foresight.
No. Yes. Foresight. You know what I meant.
I do know what you mean. Something. Hindsight is 20/30.
2021.
2021 is not where we want it to be. All right. Anyways, thank you for the question, Just My Guitar. Do you guys, wherever y'all out there live, is arranged marriages a thing where you are?
Yeah. Or do you know someone personally
who
is a product of arranged marriage? That's interesting. I'd like to read that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Thank you for the question, Just My Guitar. And that does it for this week's special edition of Ask RNA. And people are texting Angela.
Yeah, my phone's blowing up.
Your phone is blowing up. All right, and if you have a question for next week, please type it down below, and we'll try to And secret hashtag of the day, if you watch this entire video, type the secret hashtag with your question or by itself as a comment, or with your comment and your answers to these questions and your thoughts on Gibson guitars and why people aren't mad anymore. Let us know. And secret hashtag of the day is... what?
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Hashtag happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy.
Can you put numbers in there, or will it take it? Because I don't know if it will.
Yeah, I think you can hashtag numbers.
Yeah. You can do happy 22.
I already said happy anniversary and sang a song about it.
They can have more than one hashtag.
Oh, that's true. They can.
The further they watch, the more they'll know.
That's right. Sometimes there's a secret hashtag. Like last week, we had a secret hashtag. Hashtag Mitch the Story of Ants.
Yes. See, this is where you cut to the RNA logo. And then come back say... Hey,
I was really
thanks for
happy.
coming back.
Every time I saw a hashtag Mitch Destroyer Ants comment, I was like, ultra legend.
Yes.
Ultra legend level. That was
yes.
Because then we kind of just slipped that in casual like.
Yes.
I didn't even type that out, I don't think.
No.
Maybe I did. I don't know. Anyways, leave that in your comment and we'll know you watched this entire stinking video from beginning to end, which we're going to try to make them shorter and shorter and shorter until we get down to 8-minute Ask RNA videos.
Ooh.
10-minute maybe.
So what we will need to do is do like for every question, we get a 3-sentence answer.
Ooh. Yeah.
And it can't be a run-on sentence.
We should try that. Because right now they're saying in 2021, if you want to make it on YouTube, shorter videos are what you need.
Yes, because
short videos. No one gives a crap about long videos.
Gen Zs that are coming up don't want to. Their attention spans are less than a gnat.
And people in general. Like if it pops up on your screen and you see a thing that says 40
TikTok
minutes,
is ruining that because it's only 90
If you see a video about a topic you want to watch that's got 40 minutes long, and you see one that's 7 minutes, you're probably going to click on the 7-minute one because you got stuff to do.
I'm the opposite.
Well, you're exceptional.
Because when I see that it's 7 minutes, more than likely it's not going to get into what they're doing. It's mostly just clickbait or just something dumb. But if it's an hour, I'm like, ooh, they went into some thought. They're going to have some really good information, and I'm going to want to watch it.
Or they're super boring.
You know, but for the most part, it really isn't. It's usually they have something to say, and they're really took the time. But anyways.
But that's in general they're saying.
Yes.
If you want to get more views, make shorter videos. I'm like,
I don't like shorter videos.
Dang it.
I don't like that snack. I want to eat. I want to...
You know, I'm like that too. I like longer videos. For the people like I'm invested in, like I'm subscribed to that I already like them. Like when I watch Coach Greg videos, I'm like, oh, it's 20 minutes? Sweet. I can listen to it while I'm cooking and while I'm eating. If it's like, it's a 7-minute, I'm in. That's just short. That's a little snacky snack.
Yeah.
I want a full meal deal.
That's what I wish TikTok would do. is like
Like a
if I
little
see a
longer?
video, not even like the little videos that they have when you're scrolling is fine. But when they're like, ooh, I want to hear more, and they're like, go to my page for part 2, go to page for part 3, or whatever, and you go to their page, what it should have is, if I'm on their page, it should have an option where if I'm watching it, it goes directly to the next video. And it just plays like a continual playlist.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of me going, oh, it's over. And it'll just, because all it does is it'll just repeat that same video
Right.
over. I'm like, I want to hear part 5. If there's a part 5, I want to hear the part 5.
Long form format.
Right. And so if I don't want to be like doing something, I'm like, oh, why is you repeating yours? Oh, because it's stupid TikTok. And I have to go over there and scroll it. That's just dumb. I want it to play like a normal video. Anyways.
Concise. Concise.
But I'm a Zennial, so
A what?
I'm between a Gen Z, Gen X.
You're a
and
Gen X.
No,
Yes.
Gen X.
I have
So
declared it.
77. I'm 78. And millennials started in 81. So there's
This last 22 years have been a lie.
there's a group of people that experience the Gen Z, Gen X, the Gen X understanding. Like you remember like
The Jetsons.
Robert, like the Jetsons and the Flintstones and stuff like that, and you remember like Reagan, and you remember certain things like stuff like that, but you are also too old to experience stuff as a child. Your childhood was more younger stuff, and
I think somebody made that up because they wanted to be special. I think,
so they
'cause that
called it
didn't-
Zennials.
When did
Your
that? When did that come into
X-ennials.
play? Like who decided that? When did that
Like
become
it's
a thing?
been that thing for like 10, 15 years now.
It's been a thing for like
Because
10 months.
everybody's like, wait, it stops at 77? Millennials started at 81? What about 78, 79, and 80?
Gen X. Gen X for the win. All right, thank you guys so much. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
Music needs you.
And you need the music.
We need to keep it alive for the next generation.
That's right.
Of whatever's Generation Omegas.
Generational
Which
Omegas.
is the last generation, and then it's all going to be over.
Yes.
Sorry about your luck. We'll see y'all then. Bye.
Bye. Goodbye.